Yo everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Siezaboo, and welcome back to more Siezaboo's Manga Talk. Last time, we covered the first 3 chapters of the Pokémon Adventure Series, and today we're going to be covering 5 more chapters. If you want to make sure that you're all caught up, make sure that you watch the video before so that you'll know exactly what's going on in the series. If you're new to the channel, we actually go through, we review everything that's happening in the story, and then we talk about it at the end. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and let's cover more chapters of the Pokémon Adventure Series. Adventure 4, Wanted, Pikachu. Red has reached Pewter City, where everyone is in a huge frenzy. They're all chasing after something, but what? Red grabs a wanted poster off the wall. Wanted, mischievous electric mouse. Reward for capture. Red decides to give everyone a hand in town, and his search begins for the wanted Pikachu. What seems like the entire town corners Pikachu in an alley. Poor Pikachu. Looks like all he was trying to do was enjoy a delicious, stolen apple. Someone nets him, and flustered Pikachu shocks him. It makes another getaway. Red laughs and decides to step in. He sends out Bulbasaur for their first real battle. Their opponent, the wanted Pikachu. The town roots for Red, and as both sides give it their all, but with leech seed or maybe sleep powder, the Pikachu begins to nod off. Red sees it as a chance to capture the Pikachu, and with one quick throw of a Pokeball, he captures the Pikachu. The town cheers and honors Red with a huge feast. He tells them that he's from Palatown and shows off his Pokédex. They're all highly impressed. There are hundreds of Pokemon in the world. Once I collect all their data, I'll have a complete Pokédex. The townsfolk may be impressed, but Pikachu isn't. Red decides to take him to the edge of town to get to know him. Red asks the Pikachu to be friends, but Pikachu declines and gives him a zap. Their chat is interrupted by Blue. You'll never fill the Pokédex playing around like that. Blue goes on to explain that the Boulder Badge, which can boost your Pokemon's attack power, can only be obtained by Brock, the gym leader of the town. After more insults, Blue leaves, and Red decides that his next course of action is to challenge and defeat Brock. The next day, Red heads to the Pokemon Center to heal up his team, when he sees a notice that the Pokemon Center was damaged due to vandalism, meaning that the only Pokemon he has at full health is Pikachu. Adventure 5, Onix is on. The crowd cheers as Blue battles his way to the top. Brock's preliminary round is about to begin, and Red rushes in to join. Red is greeted by his first opponent, who is very confident that Red isn't going to make it very far. But Poliwhirl and Bulbasaur are exhausted, and Pikachu is the only one that can battle to the fullest. Regardless, Red sends out Poliwhirl as the bell begins for the first match. Being exhausted doesn't stop Poliwhirl from fighting. He uses Ice Beam to secure a win for Red. Bulbasaur is even sent out to battle, and uses his mighty Vine Whip to snag a victory for Red too. But as Red battles, Brock looks from a nearby room. At last, an opponent worthy of me. Before the big match, Red takes Pikachu and tries to make a connection with him. Poliwhirl and Bulbasaur are pooped. Just this one time, please, Red begs. Pikachu turns away, leaving Red no choice but to go into battle against Brock. He sends out Pikachu, and Brock begins to wonder if it was the same trainer he saw battling earlier. Where is your famous first attack, boy? He sends out Onix and uses Rock Throw, and even though Pikachu won't listen to Red, he swiftly dodges the attack, except for one last rock. Pikachu becomes ticked, and instead of attacking Brock and Onix, he attacks and makes his frustration out on Red instead. Brock feels like he's being belittled. So you were just winning with dumb luck before? He decides to end the match with a huge attack. Onix uses its own body as a tornado and charges towards Pikachu and Red. Red grabs Pikachu and throws them out of danger. Red checks in on Pikachu, and suddenly Pikachu realizes that maybe his trainer actually cares about him. I'm sorry I forced you into this. How about we just try and be friends? Pikachu snaps into action and uses its ultimate attack to shock away the competition. Brock is defeated, and the crowd cheers for Red and Pikachu. After the battle, Red sits outside Pewter City, staring at his newly won Boulder Badge. So Blue and I ended up being the only ones to win the Boulder Badge. He thanks Pikachu, who may still be a little spicy, and officially asks him to join the team. They shake on it, well, zap on it, and continue their adventure. But somewhere else, trouble is brewing as a young and injured girl takes on an enraged beast with her partner, Staryu. Adventure 6, Gyarados splashes in. Staryu is hit with a powerful hydro pump and defeated. It looks like it's the end for the girl when suddenly our hero Red appears and saves the day. The girl tries to tell Red to stay back and that it's dangerous, but our boy Red, he's got this. He sends out Bulbasaur and takes Hydro Pump head on. To Bulbasaur, it's like a good old drink of water. A Pokemon? You're a Pokemon trainer too? The girl asks. The water-type beast is no match for little old Bulbasaur, and he uses Leech Seed to end the battle. The girl sees this as an opportunity to heal, and Red sees it as an opportunity to catch a new Pokemon. After catching Gyarados, the girl thanks Red, but breaks the news to him that Gyarados isn't actually wild, but hers. She explains that when she was raising it, it was stolen from her. Its attitude had completely changed and began attacking everyone. She was tracking it until Red came along. Red decides to join the girl in finding whoever did this to Gyarados. They decide to go to the nearest Pokemon Center and contact Professor Oak to see if he would know anything. Red shows off his Pokédex and explains who Oak is to the girl. Then Red asks Oak if he has ever heard of a Pokemon not listening to its trainer. So the Pokemon refuses to listen to its trainer just after a few days? Sounds like the doings of Team Rocket. Team Rocket may be at Mount Moon using the powers of a stone to boost the power of Pokemon in a diabolical way. Red decides his next course of action is to head to Mount Moon, and the girl, introducing herself as Misty, decides to join after him after showing her tough team of water Pokemon. We move now into Adventure 7, Raging Rhydon. Misty and Red arrive at Mount Moon, where Team Rocket has already begun causing havoc. It quickly becomes a race against time to find the powerful Moonstone before Team Rocket can. Before Team Rocket can notice, Misty and Red sneak past them and enter the cave. Red sends out Pikachu to help light their way, and Misty notices that it doesn't seem too thrilled to be there. Red bumps into a rock, but then quickly realizes it's not an ordinary rock. They are suddenly cornered by a powerful Rhyhorn, and of course, Team Rocket. Well, if it isn't our two favorite Spelunkers. Red sends out Pikachu and immediately begins battling. I challenge you! Pikachu and Rhyhorn begin fighting heavily, with Pikachu having the upper hand. Let me give you a taste of reality. Giving Rhyhorn a shot, it evolves into a Rhydon and becomes enraged, very similar to how Gyarados was behaving. Red and Misty question if they're the ones causing the weird and violent behavior with Pokemon. Well, how should we know? You think we remember every little Pokemon we experiment on? Misty is angered and sends out Staryu to blast Rhyhorn. Just when they think that the battle is over, Rhyhorn uses its horn to reverse the attack onto Misty. She is hit head-on and passes out. Red quickly takes over and once again sends out Pikachu. And Pikachu and Red put up a huge fight against Rhyhorn, and with some clever battling and the use of the environment, Red wins the battle. The cave begins to collapse, allowing for Misty and Red to get away and trapping Team Rocket inside Mount Moon. Misty wakes up after the two are safe. But rather than being concerned about what happened, she is definitely more worried about being covered in dirt, and then realizes that they didn't get the Moonstone. Or did they? Ta-da! Red shows off that not only did they win the battle, but they also got the Moonstone. Both of them cheer as they make their way to the next town and away from Team Rocket. Our last adventure for the episode is Adventure 8, Suddenly Starmie. Misty and Red come across a house that looks more like a mansion, and Red realizes that this is where Misty lives, where Lady Misty lives. Red introduces himself to her housemates, and the two begin to make their way inside and get cleaned up and rest. As Red brags to the maids about how he saved the day while at dinner, Misty decides that something more serious needs to be discussed. We're going to have more opponents to face, better ones, stronger ones. Chill out. Red brushes her off, which doesn't sit well with Misty. She ends the dinner party by storming off, visibly shaken by Red's negligence and belittling her as a trainer. Later that night, Red is resting while he is suddenly attacked. He sends out Bulbasaur to help him, After a quick typhoon disappears, he notices that an intruder may have attacked him. He finds a Gyarados scale. The next morning at breakfast, Red tells one of the maids he's ready to challenge the Cerulean City gym leader. He's ready to show off the maids how strong he is. Well, if you insist, I can give you all a little sample. Just for you, I'm gonna challenge and kick his butt. The maids slightly chuckle, leaving Red confused, and Misty walks in. So you want to fight the Cerulean City gym leader, do you? Then come with me. I'll take you there myself. Misty rushes ahead as Red questions what's going on. Then they arrive. That's when Misty breaks the news. She is the gym leader, and she is the one who attacked Red while he was sleeping. Not in the fighting mood? What if I told you the one who attacked you last night was me? Angered and hurt, Red sends out Bulbasaur, ready to begin the battle. Misty battles her heart out, countering Red's moves with powerful water attacks. I thought you knew how I felt about us as a team. She cries out that she felt hopeless at Mount Moon, and that if they don't get stronger and work together, they would never defeat Team Rocket. That's when Red realizes that he was kind of a jerk. All right, Misty, let's train. Red and Misty have a full-on training session together, and after a few days later, and feeling stronger than ever, Red decides that it's time to continue his adventure. He says goodbye to Misty and moves on. Somewhere, another person is in need of Red's help when he climbs into the machine and traps himself inside, with a Rattata in the other machine beside him. And that's all the adventure chapters that we're reviewing today. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First up, we got to see Misty and Brock this time around, and although Brock doesn't get a lot of time, Misty sure does get a lot. Also, Team Rocket is really polished out. They are definitely more evil than they are in the game and in the anime show. And a lot of the members are looking a little bit familiar, and I know that we'll probably see more and learn more about them in later chapters. So what else to talk about this time? Like I said before, with Team Rocket being more sinister, you can definitely tell that the plot is a lot darker than the games and the anime. I mean, literally one of the Team Rocket members gives Rhyhorn a steroid and he evolves into a Rhydon, which is crazy. And the battles are really cool. I'm glad that we're seeing Pikachu. He's got a little bit of an attitude. He's a spicy Pikachu. It's really cool. And we've got Bulbasaur and Poliwhirl and now Gyarados, and I'm sure that Red's team is going to grow even more. So I can't wait to see where the story goes. I do wish that Brock had gotten a little bit more time, but I don't think that we've seen the last of Brock yet, and I know for a fact we haven't seen the last of Misty. Speaking of the gym leaders, I also really did like how Brock's battle was set up. Misty's was really quick. It was kind of more of her throwing a tantrum, and I couldn't really tell if he had gotten the Cerulean gym badge or not. I don't think he did, but if he did, I didn't notice it. So that's like my one complaint, but other than that though, I'm really enjoying the series and it's really good. But that is going to be all for Siezaboo Manga Talk. I really hope that you all are enjoying the episodes. If you are, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll catch you all next time with more episodes. Until then, peace out. Bye.